Guys, the time has come. Our brand new RGN Globe trailer is completed. We're gonna be going over every single inch of this thing. Jason and I have been working together for the past 7-8 months at least, since we ordered this thing about like last June or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And here it is, completed. We are down here in Bradenton picking this thing up. We're gonna be loading it up some point in this video with some Scania semi trucks, taking them back to Tennessee, but here it is in all of its beauty. This thing is so nice. Let's check it out. So here with us today, we've got Bray, which is Rob's son. He's learning to get his CDL. He's been hanging out with us. Jason, the man from our last video down here at Globe. This thing just turned out so nice. It's hard to tell it, but this trailer is powder coated front to back, right?
Yes, sir.
So powder coat, you can kind of see some metallic flake in there. We got it as close as possible to the colors on the cab of Brutus and stuff. The frames are a little bit different color, but man, does this thing just look really, really, really nice. So specs on this thing, this is a 55 ton.
Yes, sir. 55 tons. It's 110,000 pounds within 12 feet.
Okay.
You have a tandem back here with a third hydraulic flip.
Yep.
So you don't have to manually pin it. It's got hydraulic locks on it as well. All LED lights set up. You can put a fourth axle on it if you like. Outriggers running all down the side every 12 feet with tie downs on the top, corner pull out lights, 12-inch fabricated I-beam, all T1 steel, Apatong decking, full width across, big stuff, small stuff, with plenty of tie downs everywhere, and a pony motor built in.
So the wood decking does protrude from the trailer, so that'll lessen the chance of us scratching this beautiful powder coat job on this thing. Oh my gosh.
I gotta say, when it comes to blues, picked a dang good color.
Yeah, this color is nuts. And we did go with like the light package, so it's got lights all up and down this thing, like everywhere. So definitely looking really nice on it. What's that? Oh, so you can actually power it. So there's a battery on board?
Yes, sir. So you got a battery on board. It's set up like this. Generally, the first time you put it on, you're going to have fully lit lights.
Okay.
The second time, it's going to strobe for you.
Okay.
So it's what we call a safety nut light package. So you've got one set, good for the show. One set, good for work.
Okay. So that's when you're detached, you still have a lit trailer. So
Yes,
if you're
sir.
at night or somewhere,
You're at night, you're on the
you still
side
have
of
all the
road.
safety.
People can see it.
Wow. Check that out. So on top of everything, man, I just can't get past the color of this trailer. Is nuts. We've got the well down here for a boom if we haul an excavator or something like that. Still nice and open, but I did decide to go with, also you can actually tie down off of this thing.
So what those cutouts are designed for is to lift it up in the air.
Oh, okay.
I would not recommend tying it down.
So that's just for
why we
removal
have,
purposes.
Yes, sir, that's
okay.
why we have these D-rings right here.
So the D-rings are in here. This is the whole hydraulic system right here, which controls the flip, and we'll do that in just a second. Wow. This thing is crazy nice.
So you got those D-rings there. You got these guys right here with the transition as well with the cutout.
Okay.
And then you've got them down here.
And they're even bent around on an angle so that
Yep.
they're not like running against the trailer or anything like that. What do you think, Bray?
It's a nice trailer. I like the wood of it.
Man, you're a hell of a salesman.
I know, right?
It's a nice trailer.
I mean, what else is there to say about it?
It is really nice. Man, we're just gonna look so good going back to Tennessee with this thing behind us. Wow.
And when you're ready to add the fourth, you've got all of your air hookups here, your
Okay.
electric hookup, your dump valve for the axle, and they actually lock right on here. You will have air locks on this axle instead of a hydraulic locking pin.
Okay.
They mount right here, and we'll plumb put that on there right for you whenever you're ready.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff here. Man, they got this thing all kinds of shined up. So we got aluminum wheels inside and out. Because I told them, I said, hey, we're going to be doing truck shows with this thing. It's got to be looking fresh. And man, does it look freaking fresh.
All your air tanks are aluminum, so you're not going to have any corrosion with
Yep.
the steel air tank any longer.
So it looks like, so we'll see all this operate here in just a second, but the way all this is designed, a lot of flips on trailers are manual.
Yes.
You're one of the few companies that has a hydraulic flip, right?
Not only do we have it, it's patented.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, I believe we have the best one. There's some other companies that'll take a single point, flip it in the middle.
Okay, yep.
We actually have 2 cylinders that run straight through the frame of the trailer, rollers right along a guide pin right here.
Yep.
You think all of that complexity, it's going to be real hard to pull that axle off
Yeah.
if you need to? Not at all. You remove these pins right here, tuck everything back in, remove these pins right there,
And it's off.
and it's off.
Cool. And this axle, even with it folded down, will still lift, so you don't even have to use it.
Yes, sir. And you do as well, hydraulic locking cylinder.
Okay.
So you're not having to still get underneath and shove a pin in there.
Wow. So something I noticed that we didn't really even talk about is the
Yes.
oversized flag mount. So that's like a really popular style flag that I think I actually have some in the truck that is like push on and turn. So really, really common. I think it's a brand specific too, isn't it? That
So,
everybody uses it.
These are actually custom made 100% by Globe Trailers.
Okay.
So we got the feedback that people prefer the spring mounts
Yeah.
to the old style where it's just a
Wooden tube. Yeah.
Yep. People break those flags, all that kind of mess. So my engineers said, what can we do better?
Yeah.
That's a big thing that we're focused on here at Globe Trailers. So we bought that kit
Okay.
and we took it and made a similar design where it's Globe specific, but would still work with any of those spring flags.
Yeah. So that is really sweet. We talked about going by the chrome shop tomorrow, so that'll be a maybe something we need to purchase there. But so, quick question: what is this right here?
So this is actually an extendable wide load light.
Ah, so when you have the outriggers out.
Yep. You
Oh,
can
that
pull
is
it
so
all the
sick.
way out, so all of your corners are still marked. So, in addition, we talked about, how can we do things better, and we're always improving. You may have noticed, if you've been paying attention to our website,
Yep.
and our Facebook page, we put out these new outriggers.
Okay.
So you won't see anybody in the trailer industry with an outrigger that looks like this. We took our standard outrigger design, put it through an FEA, figured out where we could move material. It's fully engineered, it's lighter, it's stronger than anything we've ever done before, and nobody's doing it.
It doesn't weigh anything compared to what competitors, I guess would be the word for it.
Absolutely.
Wow. And what is that guy right there going to be doing for us?
This is an additional outrigger bracket.
Okay.
So if you need to run an outrigger board all the way to the back,
Okay. Gotcha.
but there's no room for it to fold in. So these extra outriggers,
Up here in our toolbox.
yes, sir. So we actually put them in the side box.
Okay. So they're down there. You don't got to pull it out, but yeah, I see what you're saying there. And we've got some
two lock-in toolboxes right here in the front.
nice.
With expanded metal on the ground, so you can put stuff in there. Chains, lock it all up. If you want to put something like a gas can for your pony motor tank, you've got a bunch of storage room down here.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't recommend putting chains because of all of the rest of everything.
Yeah, everything going on in there.
Yes, sir. And you've got a pony motor right
Yep.
underneath this lid right here.
And it's a Honda.
GX390.
I don't know if you know this, but you can't kill these engines.
That's why we use them.
I've literally seen these things running on generators for like 5,000-6,000 hours, and
Yep.
they just don't even change the oil.
And you know what? If you ever need service, you can go right to yourself.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I like the extended key you made for it.
That's a Globe special.
Yeah, that is so funny. Oh boy. Nice. Check that out. It's such a simple design, but it works, right?
It works. You know
That's
what?
funny.
Sometimes complexity is better.
Yeah.
Sometimes simplicity is better.
That's funny. Cool. So all the kick down in here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some frame pads for the tongue lift there.
You have
And a movable
two-position kingpin.
Okay.
So this one's come out. You can put it in your closer pin when you need it.
So you don't. It's not. It's just drops down in there.
Drops right in there.
Keeping things simple again.
Again, keep it simple. You have your hooks on the end. If you want to put a flip box on it,
Yep.
you need a little bit more neck.
And then thankfully we got a big slide and fifth wheel. So on the truck, I've got haven't told anyone on YouTube yet, but I've got a big new slide or new lift axle. We're gonna be putting shorter fuel tanks on it. I picked up one for like a smoking deal, so I'm supposed to have it in a couple weeks. We'll be getting it mounted on here, and then everything will start to make sense with the big slider we've got there. So, man, this thing is dirty. This is really bad. It's kind of embarrassing. And we've got the ability to still hook up hydraulics if we need to.
Yes, sir. So if you're going to need to hook up a PTO, it's real simple. Connect it like you normally would.
Yep.
You come on back here.
Got a valve somewhere? Okay.
Ball valve right here. And
So
you're good to go.
this is the hydraulic tank, not an air tank.
Correct. This is your hydraulic tank. If you do not lock this,
Yep.
you're going to hear a really funny noise.
And a
It's
big
going to sound
mess.
like a whistling noise. You're going to shoot that off, and it's going to come out like a drinking fountain.
We're guessing this has happened to someone before.
A time or two.
Yeah. Look, there's even a sticker there, so now we know.
Yes, sir.
connections and stuff. So we've got hydraulic connections that run to the back.
Correct.
Also.
You've got 2 hydraulic connections, 2 air lines, and a 7-way. What's really nice about the way we do it is your hydraulic connections, your air lines
are 2 separate.
They're separate, and every connection's different. So you can't put it on
Can't confuse anything. And realistically, I could see where someone would get tired of undoing these, but if we don't need to flip the axle, they could just live down there until they're needed.
Correct. So there's 2 things that are very important with the hydraulic system as far as you're operating your pony motor system or your wet kit and the hydraulics. Those, like you saw, the connections there.
Yep.
And this right here is called a diverter valve.
Okay.
So this is a common thing that order of operations matters. If you are not going to operate anything on the back of the trailer, keep this pressed in.
Okay.
Do not pull it out. When you pull it out, it's trying to shoot fluid through the trailer.
Oh, okay.
If you shut it after it's been open while the pump is still pumping, you'll build pressure in the lines.
And you can't disconnect them.
Or you get them disconnected, you won't be able to connect them back. So it's really important you have no pump running when you shut it.
I've had customers get really mad because they can't hook up attachments on their tractors and skid steers. I'm like,
same principle.
Just take it, smack it on the ground one time. It will make a mess.
That's what we say. Crack the line a little bit, just let it bleed the fluid out, pop it back on.
Cool. All right, well, I think we've ran over everything pretty much. I'm pretty familiar with disconnecting RGNs. I've done that quite a few times. So in these, does it have like an automatic lock or?
So the way this one operates, you've got 5 ride height positions.
Yep.
As we lift the neck, they become available to hop into.
Of course.
There's 2 things right here to take notice of. This right here, this is the safety bar.
Yep.
So this right here is connected to your kingpin.
Okay.
When your kingpin is unlocked, it shoots straight up, safety bar can't go over it. When you're in ride height position, safety bar covers your kingpin, can't pop up. So it can't get disconnected on you when you're going down the road, and you can't go down the road without your neck connected.
Okay. You can see where that moves right there, so that makes complete sense. I'm noticing lots of anti-seize, so this is something we're going to need to keep up on.
Yes.
And anti-seize goes a long way compared to using grease. So.
Yes, especially the copper anti-seize is the one we've had the best luck with.
Cool. All right, well, it looks like it's time to, I don't know if I can trust you to back this thing up or not.
I'll record if you want to.
All right, I guess we'll back up to this thing, get it hooked up, and maybe we'll flip the, I can't even talk, I'm at a loss for words.
Flip axle.
Yeah, flip the axle down or something. We'll operate some hydraulics on it. I'm not gonna worry about disconnecting it right now. We'll do that at some point when we get back to the shop. But man, this thing just looks so nice. And the big 29-foot well. Not a very common thing, but it makes it a little bit more universal, I think.
Gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
And you don't have to take the weight of the extendable to get big.
Correct. Cool. All right, let's get it hooked up. Yeah. So we need to pull this.
First thing we're going to do is pull this. You can hear the sound, the change from when it's pumping through.
All right. So we got the lock set in place. It's there where it needs to be. Got plenty of height off the ground. Plenty. and it can go up another few steps. So now we're gonna come back here and operate the flip. So we want to unlock it, right?
First step, yep, make sure that we're unlocked. And I always recommend leaving it unlocked.
Double checking.
Yep, so just like you have right here, you can see it's completely open.
Yep, there's a hydraulic cylinder here with double acting pins there. I'm sure people have found a way to mess that up still.
All the time.
And then we want to...
You're going to lower it. So
okay. Oh, that's so cool. I've seen guys fight these things, the manual ones, so much.
Oh, they're a nightmare.
All right, I'll have you operate that, and I want to get the action of this thing rolling inside there. All right, you can go ahead and drop it out. So the cylinders are pulling these arms down inside there, and this axle is just going to flip over. Man, that's slick. So slick. There's that axle falling down. Once it gets down, oh, we had to put some rubber bumpers underneath those things. Yeah. Once it gets down, we'll connect the air.
You see it's going to raise up the rear of the trailer?
Yep. And now that's where it needs to be. We hit the lock button. Yep. You want to go ahead and hit it? We'll see these pins move right there, and they're locked in. Now we're going to get up there and connect that airline. Now we're going to confirm all of our airlines are connected for that axle. Boom. Now we'll go hook up the truck air. This whole thing should pick up.
Yes, sir.
So guys, before we head out and go back to the shop, start loading stuff up, you're probably wondering about my sunglasses too. I've left all my heat waves back in Tennessee, and there are some in the shop we didn't get. So we've got some safety glasses on today, but checking out some trailers here that are here that they built for Mitchell Bottomley, and this is one of them. Let's check it out. The 14-inch beam? 16-inch beam. So why is the reason, because I'm still learning, is that just for more weight capacity, or?
So actually this is a lighter trailer. It's a taller beam,
okay,
but it's a lighter trailer. So I had to learn this from people that are much smarter than me.
Yeah, don't we all?
The engineers taught me. So as you shorten your height up, the height of your web up, you have to increase the thickness of the flange.
Ah.
So as these flanges start to get thicker, you're adding that huge piece of weight all the way down the trailer.
Gotcha.
So instead of gaining an inch across a small piece, you're gaining a quarter inch across 6 inches.
Everything else.
Piece. Yes, sir.
Very nice. So this one's got the airlift ramps, and those are nice.
Rear air transition, set flat when you don't need to go on the tail. When you need to go up, you have the same transition angle as you would on a paver.
Very nice. Cool. Somewhat similar build, other than this, of course, and that. Is that like that's the stain? The staining?
That's your gift with purchase.
Yeah. Well, pretty
Since
cool.
we did the open center on his, he's got a couple of D-rings that run down the centers, a little bit different box configuration. Similar lighting package to yours. Same setup in the rear where we'll take a fourth axle down the road if he wants to add one.
Okay, yep. So this is a hard 3 with a 1 flip.
Yes, sir.
So what's the rating on that trailer? Is that like 70 ton then, or?
So it's still going to be a 55 ton. So you build the trailer for the capacity. The axles don't necessarily immediately lead you to see that. So I could build a 50 ton that's 4 axles. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't make a ton of sense, but it could be done.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, cool. Guys, made it back to the shop. Got some sunglasses that make sense. Got the front of the trailer detached to get this thing laying on the ground out here at the shop. Our plans are to put the black Scania on there and drop all the air out of it, and then eventually come back down in a month or so with the DTU and load up the white Scania. So let's get the black one loaded up and see if somehow we can get this thing to be low enough so that we're not going to have any issues going down the highway. Well, guys, skip ahead. We ended up not filming a lot. I can't even talk. Pollen here in Florida is getting to me. But we've got our forklift on here. We're not going to tell you how we did it, but it's on there. Scania is loaded up. We dropped the tire pressure. It's like right at like 13.8 up there. It looks really tall, but it's like right at height. We're going to make it. We've got one of our electric go-karts on here. The cab's full of scooters. We didn't bring the bicycle, did we?
No, the bike ain't loaded.
We'll get it in on the next trip, I guess. But for now, everything's loaded up. Slid the fifth wheel forward a little bit because we got that forklift sitting up there, and that thing weighs like 12,000 pounds. So she's a little heavy. But I think we're ready to rip.
Use that third axle.
Yeah, we don't need it right now. We're ready to rip for first thing in the morning. So off to Tennessee we go.
Back home. Back you guys go.
I think we should get your hair cut while we're in town.
What's that?
I'm serious. Trim you up.
Trim up the beard.
How you looking fresh?
You got a few people that can come do it?
Yeah, Darius will come tonight.
I don't know about it. I like my hair.
The old girlfriend might leave you when we get back home. Well, guys, Bray and I are back out here the next morning. It is currently Tuesday. Got up a little late because I was up all night packing, but we got this thing loaded down tight. So with the forklift on here sideways, we took the forks off of it. We're overhanging about an inch or two, not a big deal. We're just gonna full sender down the highway. We got the tires flat on the Scania. We got our little go-kart up there. Everything's pretty much ready to rip. Shouldn't have any issues. Time to hit the road. Well, folks, we successfully made it all the way up here, back up to Tennessee. This trailer does look really good. The lights, they illuminate everything very nicely. I would have liked to had a few more, maybe a double the amount down the side, but it does look really good. It could use a light right here in the detach area, some kind of a light right there. And then I really think it needs some more down here on the back end, like up the rail here somewhere, or even like right there in that area. But overall, it looks good. Looks good going down the road. Now I should get some like roller shots, but no problems all the way up. Truck definitely was a little over height, but it didn't self-clearance on any bridges, so that's a plus. We're gonna be back up here tomorrow to get everything unloaded carefully. Somehow I'm gonna get this off here because I didn't bring the ramps that we used to load it up, but we've got some overhead cranes in the shop. We might be able to pick it up off of there. Yeah. The overhead cranes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be what we do. So we'll be back up here in the morning. Well, guys, we've successfully got everything unloaded off the trailer. Gonna be dropping the trailer out here, out back, out of the way for now. We gotta get Brutus clean and get it over to our friend Chris. I'm about to push you off this thing. Over to our friend Chris to get polished up and get it ready for the show. We gotta get tracks painted. We have so much to do in such a short amount of time. Get ready for the Mid-America Truck Show, guys. So hold on. Well, folks, that's a wrap for the video of us picking up the RGN. We're going to find all different ways to put it to work. We're officially for hire now. We've got leased on through FCR with Brutus, the RGN, and the step deck. So if you guys need anything moved, drop us an email. We'll get it moved for you in a timely manner here in Central Tennessee. I'll put all the description below. Hit up FCR. They'll dispatch us out to go move some loads for you guys. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Comment down below if you like this trailer. This thing is freaking sick. And hopefully we'll get to see all of you at the Mid-America Truck Show. About to get the trailer taxi down with these lifts, start buffing on it, and get the wheels off, and get this thing polished up.